If you want to learn how to make these beautiful Valentine's Day inspired rings, then just keep watching. So these are things you're going to need to replicate today's resin tutorial. Just quickly before I start, if you can hear some background noises, I am outside at the moment, so sorry if they're annoying. You'll need a mask, some gloves, some sandpaper, some stirring utensils, a straw, your resin, Mod Podge if you're going to seal any of your stickers, some plastic cups to stir in, glitter and powders, stickers and jewels, obviously they're going to be your choice. You'll need the ring backs if you're going to make the ring, and a variety of silicone molds, preferably hearts if you're doing it for Valentine's Day. Now let's get into the tutorial. So I'm ready to start. I've got my heart molds, and I'm using ones that are a little bit smaller because I'm just thinking, you know, you want them on your finger because I'm making a ring, so you don't want them to be too big. So I've got this little mold which I got from Daiso, and then this other small mold which I got from just a local $2 store. I've got my resin which is already made, and I'm just going to choose which hearts I want to make. I think I'm going to make 3. I'm just going to pour the resin into the molds. This is a pretty self-explanatory step. You just want to make sure the resin is all over the bottom of the mold. Try not to spill your resin like I just did. Make another one. I'll make 4. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to do the regular thing of letting these sit and just letting the air bubbles come out of them, either with the straw, as you can see here, or just over time, because over time the air bubbles do come out, and you want to wait for them to be a little tacky so we can add our little bits and pieces into our resin pieces. So my molds have been sitting for a while and they've grown tacky, so they're ready to have their stickers inserted, or, you know, the other bits and pieces that you're going to put in there. So the first one I'm going to put in this foam heart with the glitter on it. I'm just going to push that right down to the bottom and make sure the resin covers my sticker. I might just have to move it around a little bit like so. And if the resin doesn't cover your sticker, then you can always add more resin. But I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's little tiny bubbles coming up around the sticker, and that's why you want to push it down all the way so that no bubbles get trapped underneath the sticker. Next, I have this N, and N is the initial of my boyfriend. His name is Nathan, so I'm going to put this in this second heart, and I've sealed it with Mod Podge. It is a paper sticker, but I've sealed it. And anything paper that you want to insert in resin has to be sealed beforehand, otherwise it goes gross and it just doesn't work out. It'll start kind of rotting in your mold. It sounds kind of gross, but it looks like it's rotting. So there's those done for now. I'm going to put them to the side and sit with their stickers in and wait for them to get even just a little bit more tacky, and we're going to add the glitter. So now these molds, I'm going to add to one of them this small heart sticker. It's a metallic sticker, if you can see that there. I'm going to plop that into the first one. Turn it right side up. There we go. And then in the second one, I'm going to add some ones of these little pearlescent hearts, if you can see those. So I'm just going to chuck a few in there and then straighten them up with my skewer. And again, pushing them straight to the bottom so that no air bubbles get trapped underneath them. Now your stickers might move around in your molds while you're waiting for them to get tacky, and that's totally fine. You can just grab your skewer and set them up again. You just want to make sure that you're not creating any bubbles in your resin pieces. So we're going to sit them to the side and wait for them to get tacky, and we're going to come back and add some glitter. So my molds have been sitting for a little while and they've gotten tacky enough to add the glitter. The reason that you want to let them sit and wait is because if you put the glitter in too early, then the glitter just seeps to the bottom because it's not tacky and it's not going to be able to support the weight. So at this point you want to make sure all your stickers are in the right spot, so I'm just going to carefully stick them around. And just a forewarning, I don't have gloves on and my nails are pretty gross looking because I had a bad experience with acrylic nails and it's completely ruined my nails, so sorry if that offends anybody. So I'm just checking out my stickers. Everything else seems pretty good, and now I'm going to add the glitter. So for this mold here, I'll turn it around so you guys can, it's facing you. For the red one, I'm going to add some of this clear glitter. And I'm going to add it for my blue one as well. I love this glitter. I love the way it transfers into the resin pieces. It's very, very, very pretty. So I'm going to add a little bit more to the blue, just a smidge. It's basically just like circles of clear glitter, I guess is what I would call it, maybe confetti. I pretty much add that glitter to every single resin piece that I make. Okay, now for the blue end, I'm adding some light blue glitter. You can see it doesn't have a sticker on it, okay. And I'm just going to sprinkle this over it. You don't want to put too much glitter in one spot, because if you put too much, then it is going to be too heavy and it will all sink to the bottom. So just be gentle with your sprinkling. And the same with this color blue. Oh, see, don't do what I do. So now for my red heart, I'm going to add some red glitter in there. And I'm probably just going to leave that as is with sprinkling of the red glitter all around it. I might add a little bit of a orangey color in there actually, because I'm running out of my red colors. And that's it for that one. So I'm going to leave that to the side to dry. Now, bringing this one back, I'm just going to readjust a couple of the stickers that have moved in there. I think because I pushed it over there pretty forcefully, so I think I pushed some out of joint. And you can see how tacky my resin is with this piece when I just pick it up and see how those strings are developing. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's the right tackiness. Alright, so I'm going to grab my favorite glitter again and put it in the pearl one. And I'm going to put a lot in the pearl one because I don't think I'm going to even add anything to it except for this beautiful glitter. Alright, now a little bit has gotten here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more so it doesn't look like it wasn't meant to be there. Which it wasn't. And then I'm going to add some purple over the top. And that's the good thing about glitter resin pieces, is you can make anything you want really. Because I believe this heart was purple, so I'm going to add some purple glitter over the top of it. Oh, and I did it again. And then last but not least, we have this little heart down here. Can you see better if I turn it like that? And I'm going to add some pink glitter to that. So this is a pinky orange that I'm adding in now. Then I'm going to add in this pink here. Just a little bit of it. Alright. So now all the molds have their glitter on them and they are ready to dry completely. As for the ring backs that you're going to add, you have two options. You can either wait for the resin to dry completely and then glue the ring backs on them at the end, or what I'm going to try and do is wait a few hours and then just insert the ring backs into the back of the resin pieces before it dries completely. I think this will work because I used to do this with the eyelets, as in the little screws that go in the top before they were completely dry, and it seemed to work perfectly fine. So we'll try that out. I'll let you know how that goes because I will be filming it, and we'll see you in a few hours. So it's later at night now and we've taken the pieces out of the mold. I didn't film me putting the ring backs in, but I put them in about maybe 1.5 to 2 hours in when the resin was super tacky, but it still sunk in well. As you can see, the rings fit well. They've done a good job, and I'll show you the final pieces. There's the heart and the N. So I'll flip them right way up for you. The end does have a little bit of seepage sort of in it, but I think they turned out pretty well, and I'll just have to dome these and sand the sides and they will be all done. The only negative I can see of putting the rings in early is that you can't sand them as easily, but it's not a big deal because no one's really going to see the back of them because they're rings. Now the other three that were in the indented mold, didn't work out as well. I put the ring backs in at the exact same time and they've just sunk in. They haven't worked as well, but this was an experiment, so that's okay. I'll show you the front. That one looks the best out of all of them, and it still is not that great. You can see this one's been pushed down. It would have been okay if the ring back hadn't been pushed in so much. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one is probably the worst. As you can see, you can hardly even see the ring, and it's just completely destroyed the sticker. But that's okay. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out, so I think it was a success overall. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Also, if you want to see more of me, I do have a vlog channel and I'll leave the link down below. Thanks.